Hey everyone, and welcome to the sixth video in this series where I'm documenting my journey on YouTube and talking about analytics and also what I'm doing to improve my videos week to week in order to grow on this platform. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Megan. I am a thesis student, mom, a community herbalist, and I'm creating videos here on YouTube just because I want to, and I've wanted to for a while. And yeah, so let's talk about this past week. It's actually been pretty disappointing. So the week before I jumped from like 30 some or maybe 40 some subscribers all the way up to 80. Which is really exciting. So I think I gained around 30 some subscribers in the matter of a couple days. And so when I put out my next monetization video last week in a long form, and I actually did a short as well, I was expecting the same kind of growth, maybe even more. And I only gained, I think, 5 subscribers over the past week with 3 new videos. So something is happening, but maybe we'll jump into the analytics and talk about it a little bit more. Okay, so here we are on the channel analytics page as usual, and we're just going to go over some numbers over the past, I think I just put it for the past 10 days because this monetization video is coming out just a little bit later than usual. So, as I mentioned in the first part, it's been a very disappointing week. The previous week, I had gained 30 some subscribers, and so I was expecting the same or more. And in the same period over this past week, I have had only 255 views, I guess 11 hours of watch time, not bad, but only 7 subscribers, which I was not expecting. And also because I put out 2 videos, so one long form and one monetization video on December 10th. And then I re-uploaded a short that did very poorly on December 6th, I think. And I had actually watched a couple of videos, and some people said, yes, delete and re-upload, change the title and stuff, and it'll do much better. And so I hummed and hawed over that, and I finally decided to re-upload that short on the 12th. And wow, it has gotten 4 views since it was published. So the first time around when I first published it, it got like 27 views. And when I republished it, it only got 4 views. So even more terrible. So that was really surprising because I also thought that this was a pretty good video. But again, it was only shown in the feed 10 times. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. YouTube didn't like the video or what, but that was interesting. So anyways, it's been out. It's not getting any more views, which is fine. This is all a learning experience. It's all information. And I'm just going to keep putting out videos, and hopefully something will change. So, that is that. So we are sitting at currently 86 subscribers, and let's just go to lifetime to get some positive numbers here. 6,500 views in total, 76.7 watch time hours, and 86 subscribers. So I'm still a long way off from my goal of that first milestone of 500 subscribers and 3,000 hours of watch time. But you know, we're making progress. Slow and steady, little tiny baby steps. That's good. And as well, I did, even though the last week has been a little bit busy and hectic, I did put out a long form video yesterday, and this was just like more of a cozy, well, it's called a cozy herbal chat and it rounded out to 21 minutes, and I just talked about some beginner herbal books that I really liked for recipes and formulas, and I also formulated a mouthwash that I use, and yeah, so it's not doing too bad so far. I already got an hour of watch time, which is great, and I think it's my longest video so far, so I'm kind of excited about that. And this one, I decided to do like a sit down, like not move around or anything, just because I ran out of time to do anything else. But I really liked how it turned out. I really liked the colors, the lighting, and just how it went. So that is where we're sitting at, and maybe we'll head back to talk a little bit more about what I've changed this week or what I have tried out. Okay, so here we are. Let's talk a little bit about what I've been learning over the past week. So I've actually put out like 4 videos, I guess, over the past week, or 3, somewhere between 3 and 4. One of the things that I did do that I've been watching other creators talk about creating on YouTube, and you know what they do and what they recommend and stuff. And a lot of people talk about just like embracing the times that you mess up, like show the things that like don't work out. And actually in my second last long form, I did a body butter recipe, and I actually like flubbed up pretty bad because I didn't put the settings on high enough when I was mixing it. And so I had to like just troubleshoot on the go. I did like remedy the problem. But like I didn't have time to actually go back and restart the entire process and like make everything look perfect. So I just kind of like embraced that I like flubbed up on screen and showed why that happened, but I still was able to remedy it in the end and make this like beautiful body butter anyways. So that's one thing. I was just kind of like, I showed the mistakes I made instead of trying to like cover it up, which is like a natural part of like experimentation and like making something anyways. So that was kind of fun. And what else did I experiment with? Oh, and just in this like past video, or the video I made just yesterday, I had some like color lighting that went really nice with the Christmas lights that were shining through the window last night. And then I also did, figured out how to do like the wavy text on screen. And I also experimented with just doing like a chill intro instead of like launching right into talking. I just did like 15 seconds of me lighting some incense, and I like how that felt. And I think that there's like a lot of different ways that you can do videos, and I feel like a lot of the advice that is given on YouTube for creators is to like, yes, talk about the thing you're going to talk about in the first 15 seconds, get the hook, all that sort of stuff. But there are also a lot of like really well performing channels that don't use those same like tactics, and yeah, I don't know. So I think there's many ways to be online, and I'm just experimenting with what works for me and also like what feels good. And one person that I like binged a bunch of her videos, but is Tess Barclay of Busy Blooming. And she talks about like being a content creator. I really dislike that term, but I really like the energy that she brings to what she's talking about, because she's obviously very passionate. And some of the things that she talks about is like, how do you make this the most fun and like the least generic? And she also talks about how consistency is important, but consistency in your energy is like the most important, because like people pick up on that on screen. Like if you're not really into like what you're talking about, people are going to be like, well, why am I watching this? And so she talks about how your energy is like the most important thing that you can bring across in a video, which I really like that. And I think that, I know, it's just a good piece of advice. So I've been thinking about that a lot. And she also talks about blue sky scenario. Like, what is the biggest, scariest, like cringiest ideal scenario you can picture for yourself, like here on YouTube or whatever platform you're on. And I like that as well, like embracing the cringe, which I'm trying to do anyways, but like really understanding that like being cringy, like being in a space of feeling kind of gross and cringy is like actually a sign that you're stepping out of like who you were or who you like currently are, and you're trying something new, which is always information, and it's always like expansion, and it's like growth. So I really like that, instead of kind of like being like, oh, I don't want to be cringe, like I, you know, need to be cool-esque. Like, just fucking be cringe, and you're growing. It's great. You're growing. So I'm thinking about that a lot. Oh, and then another thing that she also suggests was if you're just starting out, starting a signature series of something for like 3 months. And she's like, do like a 30 or 60 or 100 days of, like, it doesn't literally have to be like 30 days of videos every day, but do like a series of something so that people can follow along with it. And I really like that. That suggestion as well, because then it kind of like gives you something a little bit, gives you something long-term to focus on, instead of like kind of weekly being like, okay, what am I going to make a video on? It's like, oh, I'm doing a series on XYZ for the next 3 months. And then you just kind of have to like figure out what your topic is and what each video will be about, but you have the theme in a container, which I really like. So I'm currently thinking about ideas for a series, and yeah, gonna hopefully plan that out soon. So another person that I'm also been watching, their name is Dan the Creator. It's like more mainstream advice, but you know, I'll take what I can get. And he talks a lot about more technical kind of things that you can do for your videos that may kind of like beef up like subscription counts or watch hours. And he really talks about like beefing up the description of your video, like putting links to your other videos, definitely putting in timestamps, and like using tags and stuff like that, making playlists of your videos as well, so that it's easy for people to like continue watching if they want to. So I've been trying to incorporate those things into the videos I put out, and kind of like redoing the descriptions of like older videos. It does take some time though. Like now, like I think initially my descriptions were taking, I don't know, like 5 or 10 minutes to write, and now they're taking like half an hour to 45 minutes. So it does take a little bit more time, but I think the value is there in adding that additional information. I mean, I always like it when other creators have more information in their description and they use timestamps and have links to their other stuff. So I'm going to take those into account and go with that. But that is essentially what I've been thinking and looking at this past week. Not really too much in the like technical video editing world. I actually got a comment from someone who said that there is like a danger of like the quicker you get at editing, like the more time you think you have to like do like more and more like do fancier editing, but then that actually like just adds to the time that you're editing, so your time doesn't end up like coming down. So it's finding the balance of like wanting it to be of like a certain quality, but not getting caught in like, oh, now that I can edit faster, I should add in these other editing tools to make it flashier or of a higher production value. But that's actually not necessarily even like what people care about anyways. Like, sure, you have to have like a certain level of production, which is like the basics, just like clear audio and visuals. And beyond that, I think that anything is extra. It just looks pretty. So yeah, those are the things that I'm thinking about, dreaming about, coming up with a series. I'm gonna keep putting out some videos and keep doing this until my baby is born and beyond. and beyond. So I will leave you with that. Again, if this was interesting or helpful, please comment, subscribe, like, leave any questions down below, and I'm happy to answer them. And I'll see you next week. Bye.